So I've always been really fascinated with people's everyday routines and what they do to stay productive and what they eat to stay healthy and energized, because what we do every single day kind of makes us who we are. I thought it would be really fun to start a new series of everyday meals, going through a whole day and just sharing some daily ideas for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. In this video, I show you a little shortcut to creamy steel-cut oats. There is an afternoon pick-me-up involving some hot chocolate, there's an easy dinner, and other little activities around the kitchen. So let's get to it. I think that steel-cut oats are superior to rolled oats in every way, but they normally take forever to cook. So thankfully there's an easy shortcut to really creamy steel-cut oats, and here's how you do it. The night before you want the oats for breakfast, combine a 1/4 cup of steel-cut oats with a pinch of salt, a few shakes of cinnamon, and 1 3/4 cup water in a pot with a lid. Cover the pot, place it over high heat, and bring up to a boil. Turn off the heat immediately as it starts boiling, and leave to sit on the stove until morning. And this is what your oats will look like in the morning, cooked and creamy. It's kind of magical. This makes about a single serving. In the fall, I like to grate half an apple and place it into the pot with the oats, and then just reheat everything, sometimes with a splash of plant milk. The apple kind of just melts into the porridge and it's really delicious. Then I like to add in some coconut butter for richness and plenty of almond butter on top. Also hemp hearts or other nuts or seeds. So later I did some prep for a blog photo shoot for a meal plan that we posted recently, and I made Harissa, which is a North African condiment that is incredibly flavorful and can really take a meal to the next level. And it's made out of toasted spices and garlic and olive oil and all kinds of good stuff. And the meal plan is kind of centered around that. And these are some ingredients I was photographing for the meal plan, including some black beans I was soaking overnight. And the way I cook black beans is always with kombu seaweed because it makes the beans easier to digest. I also add bay leaves and garlic, and I salt towards the end. For lunch, I had black bean soup, for which I used the harissa and the black beans that I prepared earlier, and it turned out really delicious. I make a variation of this drink pretty much every day when working from home. It's a mix of cacao powder, different adaptogenic powders like Mirasol mushrooms or maca, cacao butter for the froth, sometimes hemp hearts, sometimes a date, and hot water. I just blend it all up in a blender and get the most delicious drink that makes me feel energized for the rest of the day. For dinner, I roasted up a delicata squash, and I love this type of squash because the skin is edible and you don't have to peel it. And this is how you cut it apart. It's really easy, and you end up with these beautiful little slices with the scalloped edges. So for dinner we had the squash on top of a quick red lentil stew I made. And I know that that's 2 soups in a row, but I could honestly eat soup all day in the fall. And I also threw together this little treat at the end of dinner, which is the simplest, most delicious little thing, composed of dates stuffed with tahini and a sprinkle of sea salt. You can also do cacao nibs on top, which is just really delicious. And that was it for the day.